consider myself an early adapter. Any news of a new handheld or console, I'm usually all over it. I want to get that new technology in my hands, you know, the next big thing, which is why I was so excited when they announced the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4. But I've been doing a lot of thinking over the past month and a half or so, and I think I've come to the conclusion that I'm not as ready for this next generation of hardware as I thought I was. I do want to make things clear though, because I personally don't think that the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One are actually the start of the next generation of consoles. You know, I think that the next gen started when the Nintendo 3DS and the PlayStation Vita came out. I mean, of course, those aren't console gaming systems, but it's the next generation of handheld devices. I mean, and technically, the Wii U is the first next gen system to come out, despite what some of you guys may think. Now, I do have 3 reasons as to why I'm not ready to settle down with the Xbox One or the PlayStation 4 at launch. Reason number 3. Now, I don't want to complain about the price of these last 2 next gen systems, but they are a factor, honestly. And it's not even really necessarily the price of these next-gen consoles. It's the time at which they're being launched. I mean, they're coming out during the holiday season. And I don't know about you guys, but I have a husband, I have a son, you know, we're planning on traveling for Thanksgiving. I mean, it just doesn't seem likely for me to go out there and drop $400 on the PS4 or, crazy enough, $500 on the Xbox One. Reason number 2, the launch lineup. Now, some of you guys out there might be really excited for the games that are coming out for both the Xbox One and the PS4 day one. I get it. I totally get it. But I'm not as excited for those games. And that might have to do with the fact that majority of the games that are being released for these new consoles are going to be on current gen systems anyway. For the PS4, the one game that I would consider getting at launch day one would be Knack. That game looks fantastic. It looks like it's my type of game. It looks really fun. For the Xbox One, I'm interested in Forza 5. I mean, I just love that series. I'm into racing games, and for me, Forza is where it's at. That new Twisted Pixel game, Loco Cycle, which was recently announced, looks really good. I mean, I've loved all of the Twisted Pixel games, and I'm not quite sure if this is a retail game or if it's going to be downloadable, but I definitely would consider picking that up. To me, there just aren't any launch games that just make me feel like, oh, I gotta have that game day one. I gotta drop the money on it and I have to play it now. Reason number 1. The main reason I'm not ready to jump onto the Xbox One or the PS4 train is because there are still plenty of games coming out for current gen systems. From now until, I'm sure, well into the new year, there are a bunch of Xbox 360 and PS3 games coming out. You have games coming out like Dragon's Crown, Saints Row 4, Grand Theft Auto 5, Puppeteer, Beyond Two Souls, Splinter Cell Blacklist. There's a lot more. Tales of Xillia, South Park Stick of Truth, Killer is Dead, Ratchet and Clank Into the Nexus, and I didn't even touch on the Nintendo games coming out. Pikmin 3, The Wonderful 101, Super Mario 3D World, Donkey Kong Country, Tropical Freeze, and then you have the HD remake of The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. That's not even including some of the handheld games that are coming out. Of course, you have Pokemon X and Y, Tearaway, that new Ease game is coming out for the PlayStation Vita, The Legend of Zelda, A Link Between Worlds. I don't know about you guys, but I know I'll have my hands full with some of the games that are coming out this fall for the Wii U, the 3DS, the PS Vita, the Xbox 360, and the PlayStation 3. I don't want any of you guys to think that I'm anti-next gen, because that's definitely not the case. But I do think that I'm going to hold off until later on this year or early 2014. So I want to ask you guys a question. Are you ready for the next gen? I mean, of course, we're already in the next gen, but are you ready for the next gen to be complete? Are you ready for the Xbox One and the PS4 to be out? Are you gonna go out day one and pick up the Xbox One or the PlayStation 4, or maybe even both of them? Please let me know in the comment box below or leave a video response and let me know what you think about these 2 heavy hitters coming out within the next couple of months. I want to thank all of you guys for watching this video, and I'll check you next time.